longest of your MMA career. So how have you digested that?
Hey, when you take a loss, lights a fire under your ass. So I've been working, making the right choices to put myself in this position right here, to put myself in a title eliminator fight, and to get that title shot.
Definitely. I mean, I know you said after wars you like to take title off and things like that, but the title fight wasn't necessarily that. So do you see the upside to this though, and taking a long break and resetting a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, so I fight twice a year. I fought Tony in May and Khabib in October. That's 2 fights in a 5-6 month time span. So I'm still going to, on average, fight, twice a year when it comes to my career. This, there was a little bit, unclear path to what we were trying to do. With Khabib retiring, Poirier taking the the title, the shot against McGregor for the money, which I don't blame him at all. So yeah, just kind of threw things into a little bit of a crazy little awkward thing. So yeah, here I am.
Yeah, to come back for this, I mean, a fight that a lot of people are looking forward to with Chandler, but in addition to having your two teammates fighting on the same card for titles, what is just the preparation, the mentality as a whole been like going into this event?
It's been great, man. Rose works out, then Kamaru, then me, and we all get to, take a little bit from each other because we show up early, watch some of that workout. Yeah, it's been great, man. Having two world-class athletes like those two, their work ethic is second to none. They have very different styles, different work ethics, but they're so unique in the way that they work. So it's cool to see, cool to just take what I can from those experiences.
And I'm sure you've got this question already, but is there any pressure to set the tone or anything, or do you think just you being who you are, that's something that happens automatically?
Yeah, I think it's similar to wrestling my whole life. A dual tournament, a dual match. You go out there and your job is to win, but almost just as important is to inspire the rest of your team to perform. And that is, I'm embracing that. That's something that takes me back to my roots.
Have you seen Colby around? I know you've said he's one of the most despicable people in the world. Only pedophiles and murderers are.
I don't know if that was my quote, but that's a good one.
I think it was. But any beef with him? I mean, obviously you're just rooting for your guy.
I'm here to get a paycheck, and I'm not here to take a paycheck out of Kamaru's bank account. I don't want to fight him. So, yeah, no, I have a job. It's Michael Chandler. It's the only guy I get paid to fight this week, so that's the only guy I'll be fighting.
What do you think this kind of does for you in the division? I know you said on Betted that it's guaranteed title shot. Is that something someone at the UFC has told you, or is that just your belief?
No, that's my belief. Yeah, I'm number 2. Yeah, who else? There's absolutely nobody else. So yeah, if not, we riot.
Who do you expect to face, Poirier or Oliveira?
I hope Poirier, because I want to exact my revenge. That's one of the most human traits, is wanting to exact revenge on somebody that has beaten you, especially in this sport. There's not many times you get that opportunity. So yeah, that would be a great chance. But Oliveira brings such a crazy style to the cage. I think for me that would be a great matchup.
And obviously, you had the loss to Eddie and to Khabib, but it seems like that Poirier fight really has kind of a special place because it seemed like the turning point that allowed you to become that guy who went on that run for the interim title.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's the only path I have to revenge. He's beat Poirier, or he's beat Alvarez. So with that, I can get both those fights back. I will never get the Khabib fight back, and I'm okay with that. He's gone.
Justin, earlier Michael was out here and he was paying you respect, said he really enjoyed you, he thinks you're one of the most fun guys to watch in the sport, but you haven't exactly been secret that he kind of gets on your nerves. I'm curious, has that sort of faded as you got closer to the fight, or gone higher?
Yeah, that was just in that one interview, yeah. I don't know the guy that well. I like the way he fights. There's not a lot of bad things that I could say. At the end of the day, he's trying to take everything from me. He's trying to take the money off my table. He's trying to take the opportunity off my table. He's trying to take my title shot. So yeah, I don't like him because of that. That's the only way that it's personal.
I feel like when people look at this fight, they kind of expect it almost to be like turning on a blender and just having chaos for a little bit and then one of you walking out the winner. Is there a chance in your mind that it doesn't look like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think, these guys watched Khabib. They saw him take me down. Many guys have tried to take me down in my career. He was the one that was successful, so maybe they see a path to victory there. I do think he's a smart guy, and I do think that he thinks he would be smart to try to turn this into a wrestling match for the first round or two. And so yeah, that would if he was successful there, which he will not be, then it could suck, but not gonna happen.
He said earlier that your leg kicks are obviously amazing, but he said your punches aren't that special. But obviously in your last few fights, your punches have been pretty special. You put a lot of guys away. Are you surprised he has that attitude?
Yeah, I have 22 fights, 19 knockouts, 22 wins, 19 knockouts. I've knocked him out with my hands, my legs. So yeah, whatever. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I knocked. No one had ever finished Barboza. I put him out cold. Same with a few other guys. So I don't know how where that would come from.
You mentioned the wrestling there. I'm curious what you made of Islam's performance the other day.
Yeah, it was impressive. It sucks for Dan. Late replacement. He wasn't the guy coming off a full camp preparing for Islam. That's what that was.
And following that, what did you make of Daniel Cormier's performance in the post-fight interview?
Incredibly biased. Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be a problem coming up with these guys? As fighters retire and become commentators, they still have teammates in the sports. They're going to kind of find it harder and harder to put aside that bias.
At the end of the day, I love Cormier. I don't, I felt it was my job that night to tweet and call it out because that's what I saw. Outside that, it doesn't matter. I think he knows that he should be in an unbiased mindset when he's doing this, and that probably, I would hope that that's important to him.
Justin, to your left over here. Would you say that you've significantly improved your wrestling since the Khabib fight?
I would say, I'm a wrestler. I've wrestled my whole life. You guys watched that fight, and he got me down twice. It looked easy. I stopped a lot of his takedowns. Not a lot of people have stopped any of his takedowns, and I stopped, for the whole first round, for the first 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I was able to keep him off of me. I've certainly embraced it more. I've come back and I've worked a lot more since that day. I've done a lot more grappling, that's for sure. Mostly for the cardio. It's a different cardio, and yeah, I need to be confident in my ability to wrestle and to set up a fight.
In terms of exciting matchups, where would you say that Chandler ranks among all the fellow exciting guys you fought?
I'd say it's one of the most exciting. I don't think anybody has, no one's as explosive. He comes balls to the wall for the first round. Not many fights has he not done that, and so that's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm hoping for. He doesn't want to sit back and let me fight at the pace Tony Ferguson let me fight at, because I can do that all night. So yeah, he's gonna have to make it a firefight, try to get me tired. One of us is gonna get tired. Most of these fights, you guys have watched this for a long time. It's come down to who's quitting, who's got more will to go on and continue, and that I can see that becoming a factor on Saturday night.
And in regards to those wars that you've had, is there one that stands out to you as the most fun that you've had there?
The most fun. I was the most terrified of Edson. Growing up, when I was in college, wrestling. Before I ever thought I would fight in the UFC, I was watching this dude spinning back kick and take people to the shadow realm. I remember playing poker with my guys. I fought in World Series, and he fought somebody, and I think it was when he fought Beneil Dariush. We were watching him playing, and I told all the guys, I'm gonna fight that guy one day, and everyone was like, "You crazy?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna fight him." And then I got lined up against Edson. I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck am I doing?" And then to go out there and knock him out, and I was a better leg kicker than him. My distance management was better, and I was able to land that shot, put him out, and that was a fun night for me.
That's what Justin.
It's no secret that Kamaru used to train in Sanford with Michael Chandler. Michael was in here. He said there's no love. He's still very friendly with Kamaru. He considers him a friend. He just happens to be your teammate now. But did you have to have a conversation with Kamaru about hey, I'm not looking for any secret sauce that Michael Chandler may bring?
No, there's no such thing as secret sauce. You got to be perfect for this one's 15 minutes. Usually it's 25. The only thing we talked about when it comes to fighting is the fact that I've had about twice as many 5-round fights scheduled as Kamaru so far. So, yeah, I'd be a fool to try to take, I don't even know what the hell you call it, take advice from him to expect things that are going to happen. It's so fast. You're dealing with less than seconds and less than centimeters. So, none of that matters. I have to be perfect, be my best self. And if he can beat that, then more props to him.
Hey, Justin, right here. So I think you made it very clear you were waiting for the right opportunity, and even if you wanted to stay active. But I was wondering, just you're pretty hot right now. You've been one of the top lightweights. Is there anywhere you're like, I didn't fight for a year. This is a year of my athletic prime and all that. In the fight game, was there any just like worry about that? Because that's a long time to be off at a time when you're at the top of the game.
Yeah, no, not necessarily. There were things that needed to be corrected. I needed time to do that. So, again, a loss like that will light a fire under any competitor's ass. And that's what it did for me. I went there and started to work. So I did it. Hired a nutritionist, a chef. There's a lot of things I've done different. The older I get, the less forgiving some things are. So, yeah, I got to take the time, take care of the body. And again, I fought 2 times in a 5-month period. So, I had this break was somewhat